John has been striking. He be striking a lot. The DMCA takedowns. He's going around YouTube and causing problems for people. So there will be no clips today. We will not be playing Stuttering John clips. It will not be the show that we usually bring you because John has decided that he is taking his ball and going home. He's a thin-skinned zilch who cannot take it and has decided that rather than try to hit us back with jokes and jabs, he is going to use this DMCA system to take people's channels down. And Shuli's been striking you a lot lately. He struck Chad Zumach 3 times. He struck Bacon Bits. I don't know if there's other strikes that we know of. He's been bragging about it quite a bit.
It's like you can strike as many people as you want. It still doesn't help your case that you're worried about your rights or your material.
Not only does it not help your case, but if you are striking somebody that you know is doing something within fair use and you're submitting those strikes, you are absolutely opening yourself up to damages.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I wanted you on here, Lucy. You did an entire special. You did a lot of research on DMCA, the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, and why platforms have this, where people can use it because they don't want any liability. So they say, hey, we're not responsible. People upload shit that's copyrighted, has nothing to do with us. It's user-generated content. So we'll put this system in place that allows them to police themselves. And let's just hope that they do it right and they don't manipulate the system. And I mean, what John is doing is illegal.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you're exactly right, Carl. The entire point of the DMCA is to shield the OSPs. It's to shield websites like YouTube. It is basically like HR at your job. They're not there to protect you. They're there to protect the company.
Yeah.
Right. So people get pissed at YouTube, but it's like there's a whole nother, obstacle course that you have to go through before YouTube. We have great help at YouTube that they're able to see that these are bullshit from day one. Well, not from day one, actually. There's been a number of times where we've been off for a week. We've lost tons of members, not to mention the income during the live shows as well. So there's definitely damages here, and we've done this dance 35 times, I believe, after last night's strike.
Okay, so you got struck again last night. So yeah. That's why you're not able to go live on your channel right now. And every time this happens, talk to me about the process. Because I know I've gotten copyright notifications from SiriusXM, from NBC, Paramount, and you have to go in and explain, hey, I'm using this, but it's fair use. And then whoever put in the copyright claim has 10 days to bring it to federal court and sue you, or else they have to release it. And also at the same time, they can release it sooner and YouTube could get involved and say, yeah, this is not a copyright violation.
Yeah, we the minute we get it, we email off our appeal, and then we have, and this is all thanks to John throughout the years violating YouTube's terms of service by threatening, by doxing, and then later on by falsely striking us. We actually were able to have somebody at YouTube that we can contact and talk to specifically for this reason. And it's not foolproof. Like I said, there's been there's 35 strikes. There have been at least 4 or 5 that I can think of that it just didn't get overturned in time. And sometimes we've been back on in a number of minutes. Sometimes it's been a week. So it's not a foolproof thing. And it's something that we've had to go through a ton now. And
YouTube is the biggest video platform in the world. There are billions of videos being uploaded every minute of every day. Yeah. And so they're not paying attention to the Dabbleverse. It's unfortunate because it is against their terms of service, what John is doing.
Yeah.
So it's confusing to a lot of people and upsetting that John gets away with doing this because he knows this is fair use. He's pretending now that the word transformative means something different than what it's always meant.
Oh, right. Right. Which he's
theory.
He said, he's told that story countless times of how he was wrong. His words, I was wrong. Royce schooled me on fair use and transformative content. He didn't slip up and say it once. That was part of his telemarketing script till just recently. And just real quick, the terms of service violations, that's a whole nother department that we have no contact with, that nobody really, I mean, I'm sure there are people that are, but it's like a casino. The people that work the cameras aren't friends with the dealers. You know what I mean? Like, they don't fraternize because that way they'll be monkey business. And it's just tough to get a human in general over there. So as far as like the violation of YouTube's terms of service, you know, I don't know what to tell you about that. They got countless examples of it.
I know this isn't a fun conversation to have, or usually I like to have a lot of fun on this show, but I think that's an important point people don't realize is that there's so many departments within YouTube, and, you know, it's one thing to get these DMCA strikes removed and appeal them and have them so that you can get your channel back. But then flagging it and letting people know this guy's violating the terms of service is a whole other battle that's seemingly impossible to get anyone to pay attention to this.
Yeah. And you know, there's only one way that this is going to stop, and that is 100% happening and going forward. I'm going to have to sue John for falsely striking us for months, you know.
You have to do
and
that.
not just us. It's coming. You see what's happening to everybody else, you know, and he's banking on nobody stepping up. Again, this is who this guy has always been. He's always been this bully until somebody punches him back in the face in a boxing ring or court of law, YouTube's terms of service. So that's it's not a question of if, it's not an empty threat. I can't go into detail, but he knows that he wasn't supposed to do this anymore, and he did. And so he knows what's at stake. He's been told and shown exactly what is going to happen. And so he decided, like I've always said, when it comes to picking the decision, he always picks the worst one. And much like Rodney's, here we go.
Well, Shuli, John sued us looking for a payday.
Yeah.
So he put a big number on that lawsuit and decided he was owed $600,000.
Yeah.
We can't make any money off John. John is a broke loser. He's got nothing. He's destitute. Yep. But you have to sue him to get him to stop doing this. The court needs to step in and say, this is, it's a violation of your rights, your freedom of speech.
And it's also, it's an investment in the Dabbleverse, right? Like, people want to continue being able to watch clips of other people's shows, which was perfectly fine for years up until recently. Then this has to be done, and it's already been partially paid for, the startup, but it's going to cost money. And like anything with John in court, do I plan on seeing anything back for this and getting the money that we lost when we were off? Probably not. But if we can do this and not be bothered with this bullshit anymore, then I think that's worth it.
Yeah,
well,
Shuli, it has to happen.
I'm so happy that you're going to be doing that, not only for you and not only for the rights of everybody, but also because, you know, you talked about you have a specific contact at YouTube that you can go to for this stuff. A lot of the smaller channels don't necessarily have that. And the smaller channels also have a big risk right now, because when you do these counter notifications for a DMCA strike, you effectively have to dox yourself by inputting information, which John then gets. Right. So it is a really, really scary position to be in if you don't want John to have your personal information. So the fact that he is doing this and doing it to smaller channels is really terrifying right now.
Yeah, that was the whole thing with Cardiff. He wanted to get Cardiff's name and address or contact information. And so that's why he put that in, and Cardiff didn't bite on it. And
look at the guy Bacon Bits, right? He's not even monetized. and his channel gets struck. It's fucking stupid, man. Because
real quick, I want to ask you about this, Shuli, because I saw this on Dabblers Anonymous.
Yeah.
And we always see that John has the two channels, and the one he uses to strike people with is not the same as the Stuttering John podcast channel.
Right.
And I'm curious, Is this different? Someone posted this on Dabble's Anonymous. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Stuttering John rather than John Melendez, like we've seen in the past. Is he getting sloppy? Is Ava signed into his account and flagging? Like, what do you think this is?
Well, first of all, if Frog's watching, he can send me a text and verify if that's from the same that we've been getting. I'm not sure if it is. There's been so many. But we know from the past that there's been times where I believe he was driving from a gig and we got struck. And there's no way this guy, first of all, you can't strike through the app, number one. And there's no way he's pulling over. This, I believe, was after the Keanu gig. So, yeah, that's the same email. I believe
That
Joe
is the
just
same
texted
one.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's definitely access has been given, which makes more sense that it's this backup channel because he probably doesn't want these people having access to his main channel. So he gives them access to that one, and then they can strike out of that one. But yeah, that's
speaking of Bacon Bits. So Bacon Bits went to X. Stuttering John struck me for a video that he wasn't even in. Not to mention my channel isn't monetized, and I do this for fun. You worthless piece of shit, going after nobodies because you can't handle losing your joke of a court case. You think I'm afraid? Counter incoming bud. John's not making friends in this Dabbleverse. He's having a hard time with allies. And so John responds to that and claims that he did show John's content from 107 to 131. But again, it's fair use. This, when you talk about the Dabbleverse being able to show clips and all of these channels reacting to what people are saying, this is well beyond the Dabbleverse. This has been going on YouTube for many, many years. This is not something new. And the fact that this is not being stopped by YouTube is very frustrating, I think, for all of us, that John's allowed to do this, which obviously it's ridiculous what he's doing.
There's no
And
incentive for YouTube to actually take any action on it. That's how the law is written, which is so frustrating.
Right.